up for game one. Back with that after this. Welcome to Dodger Stadium. We've got game one of the National League Division Series. It's the New York Mets taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Schaum. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill today, Shohei Ohtani. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
That's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's Juan Soto. The 1-1. That one fouled off. And a ball and 2 strikes.
Nope, that's right, ball 2.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Bichette up to the dish. One outside, and a count 2-1.
Oh, if they can push one across here in the first inning, would really settle the crowd down and help take that element out of the game early.
Base hit into the outfield. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Batter now, Jorge Polanco. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. 1 runs in, fires to the plate. The second run scores. It's a 2-run single, and they lead by 2.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
First and second, no outs. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Hernandez on the move. He's got it, and there's 1 down. Here's a Mets lineup now. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get 1 pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Flips it. There's 1. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Mets 2, the Dodgers coming back. This is the National League Division Series on the show. We We go to the bottom of the first. And taking the ball for the Mets, Clay Holmes. What's the scouting report on him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
The catcher, number 16.
Not even close there. And a count 2-1. Next pitch is outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Line into right center field. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses. One down. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, the key is to lay off pitches down in the zone until you're forced to swing. Set your sights higher in the strike zone, looking for something elevated, because sinkers are less effective up in the zone. They tend to flatten out. So when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
Ground ball could be 2. On to Simeon. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. Mets out in front, 2-0. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Game 1 of the Division Series. New inning getting started. Marcus Simeon up now for the Mets. On the ground to third, and it gets by him.
Batting in the center fielder.
Man at first, Luis Robert now. And a big swing and a miss. Good job to fight that one off. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched him.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. 1-1 now. That one at triple digits. First and second, no outs here in game 1 of the NLDS. Line drive, base hit. Roll into third, and they are rolling. Runners at the corners, still nobody out.
Well done, drives in the run. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Robert comes in to score. It's an RBI single. It's 4-zip.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
First and second, no outs. Here's Juan Soto. On the ground, right side. to Betts at second for one. And two. What a play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. This to third, Muncy. Low throw, and he can't hang on to it.
Well, we're going to see throwing errors from third base from time to time, and that's a pretty good example of why. If you don't get behind the throw properly, it's really easy to throw a power sinker over there to first. And first baseman, I'm sure he wants another shot at that pick, try to bail out his teammate, but that was just a tough one to come up with.
So two down. So now here's the Mets DH, Jorge Polanco.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. This one popped up. Muncy gets under it. And that is that. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Mets 5 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the inning, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Talk about that intensity, Boo. It comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson. Just iconic moments.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Ground ball right side. Can't pick it up with the bare hand. And no shot to get him at first. There's two aboard. An uncharacteristic mistake from a really good defensive player. First and second, one out. Andy Pajas now at the plate. Two on, one out. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Flying around third is Betts. In comes the run from second. Now the tag at third, and they got it.
That's heads-up play right there. The outfielder knowing he has no shot at the runner at home, so comes up trying to cut that runner off at third and does a really nice job. Got to appreciate that.
So man aboard. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. There's a line drive to left field. That's a base hit. So that's two straight two-out hits. Now the tag at third, and they got it. That is the inning. We played two full. It's the Mets 5 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Chavez Ravine, top half of the third inning. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. This one in the air, center field. Pajas should have this one. And a quick out, number one. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Alvarez.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Here's Marcus Semien. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that's the third out. Mets go down quickly. They're up 5-1. Back here in L.A. as we go to the last of the third. Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules?
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
2 up, 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Ball to strike. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The other way, and he beats the shift. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Here's Kyle Tucker. The 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Here comes Max Muncy. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 now.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
First and second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of the NLDS. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Dodgers strand a couple. They're down here 5-1. Back here at Dodger Stadium as we go to the top of the 4th. Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. And it's fouled away. Here's a 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. 1-2 now. On the ground, right side. Throw on to Freeman. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Up next to the net, the right fielder, number 15, Tyrone Taylor.
And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Tucker moving under it. Brings it in. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco.
Back to the top of the Mets order. And now it's Frankie Lindor. 2 down, nobody on. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So the inning is still alive with Juan Soto coming to the dish.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Ohtani will depart, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now it's going to be Juan Soto. The 1-1. And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. This one chopped to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mets lead 1. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Bottom 4, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Well, he saw that changeup really well. Just a little early. Still barreled in. As you see, home run distance. Just couldn't keep it fair.
And Mookie takes. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Out to short. Lindor. Handles, throws the first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it and got the ground ball.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Andy Pajas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. Over to first, but it's not in time. Base hit.
This is great work by the shortstop. He makes the throw across the diamond after the dive and just wasn't able to get it there in time. But I love how much he put into that play. And on the other side, he was really giving it his all down the line as well. Nice play on both ends.
And here comes Teoscar Hernandez for a critical at-bat. Ground ball left side, could be 2. On to Simeon. Over to first, safe.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman.
That's a ball.
1 run across in the frame so far. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bunt today. A run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. We've played 4. It's the Mets 5 and the Dodgers 2. This is the National League Division Series on the show. Game 1 of the division series. Ready now for the 5th inning. Bo Bichette up now for the Mets. Ball to strike. The pitch. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Edgardo Henriquez. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Drive warming up as well. Handled down the right side, but foul. Got him swinging.
Berkey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And next is the designated hitter, Jorge Polanco. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ripped into right center. Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift on to the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
And up next for New York, Brett Beatty. Pitch misses there. Ball 3. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 3-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Muncy under it. Takes it in for the out.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Tanner Scott won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So a lefty out of the pen, Jack Dreyer. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. That one ripped, but foul. Polanco, the runner at first with 2 gone.
That's a ball.
Hard hit to third. They take the force out, inning over. Strand 1, and it remains 5-2.
Now pitching for
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Christian Scott.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Hit on the ground to short. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
Here's Ohtani. The 2-1. Liner caught at second.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now.
with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And it is out of here. Kyle Tucker sends it out. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 5-4.
That fastball wasn't even in the zone, and he was still able to hit it out. Wow. So impressive how he was able to go down and get this fastball, but yet getting up in the air, hit it far enough to get out of this ballpark.
One down. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one not close. 3-1.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Throws to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here's Betts. Scott, 26 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2021. Out towards left center. Robert drifts towards it. He makes the grab, and that is that. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's down to 1 at 5-4. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
I followed your footsteps through the dark. The colors shape an amazing display, but aurora's not as bright as your smile beneath the light of distant stars. The faintest traces that Jay left to paint and memorize that I kept. Forget the nights that I spent thinking that I can never believe in something cynical till I'm dead.
Marcus Semien will hit next.
The second baseman, Marcus Semien.
The 1-1. And right back to the mound. Fires over to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Up next to the mat, the center fielder, Luis.
Here's Luis Robert.
That's ball 2.
Here's a 2-2. And La Pantera heads back to the dugout after the catch.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then buried that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Muncy sends it to first. That ends the frame. Nothing doing for the Mets. They lead at 5-4. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 6th. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Here's a 1-1. Comebacker to the mound. Slings to first, one away, bottom of the 6th.
Off-speed pitch, and it looked like he just continued his momentum towards home plate after releasing that. Perfect position to make a play and help himself out.
Next to hit, Andy Pajas. Bounce to the left side. Lindor. On to first, and that is out number 2.
Up next for the Dodgers, the left fielder, Teoscar.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game 1 of the NLDS. Swing and a ground ball. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. It's the Mets 5 and the Dodgers 4. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Now one fouled off, 2-2. Stays alive. On the ground. Into the outfield, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Juan Soto now.
No, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
And the 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Off the block there. 3-2 down. And the tying run is on base.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Here's the third baseman, Bichette.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive him,
and that's a strikeout looking. And that is a big first out.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
2 aboard with 1 out. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Jorge Polanco.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Got him swinging for the K. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. Brett Baty up now for the Mets. 2 on, 2 outs. And he grounds 1 to the right side. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. So they strand a pair. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 5 and the Dodgers 4. This is the next. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brooks Raley.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. And there's a base hit, and the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
The batter now will be Will Smith. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Tying run is at first. Here in the late stages of game 1. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good job to fight that one off. The Mets trying to hold a 1-run lead here in game 1 of the NLDS. There's a swing and a drive. Gone. He dunks it off the foul pole. Shohei Ohtani with a star scraper. And they rally from 5 back. It's 6-5. Lots of waving towels right now, and Dodger Stadium is rocking.
Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until he planked off the pole. Every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something, but really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Popped up. Bichette moving under this one. Takes it in for the out. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Brooks Raley out of the game, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Luke Weaver.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Outside with a breaking ball. Mookie Betts waiting to bat for the Dodgers. And they'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the ground to the left, and that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
So runner at second, 2 down. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Bichette on the run, throw to first. Nicely done for the out. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's tightened up a bit at 6-5 now. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Ready to begin the 8th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Well, a come-and-get-me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Fights it off. You'll see another. 1-2 now. To third. And a foul ball. 1-2. Line drive. Caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Now it's Marcus Semien. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jack Dreyer gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Now on the bump, Edgardo Henriquez.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
That one misses. Ball 3. Luis Robert Jr. up next for the Mets. In for a strike. Now it's 3-2. The Dodgers holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're at the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
So here's Robert now. 2 down, nobody on. Got him swinging. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Down in order go the Mets. This one remains close, 6-5. Bottom of the 8th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. In the air to left, down the line. And that drops foul. The 2-2. Breaking ball misses up and in. To the right side, Simeon tosses to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Andy Papas digs in now. Number 44, here's a 1-2. Chop back up the middle. Lindor throws to first in time. Two down, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Here's the 2-2. That one ripped, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced. He squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luke Weaver will depart, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. So Minter will take over.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that will end the inning. One left for LA as it remains a 6-5 ball game. Game 1 of the division series. We go to the 9th. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Tap foul at the plate.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Sets him down looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
The 1-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. Only 1 out remaining for the Mets. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Comes a 2-2. That one just misses.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
In there. Got him looking for the K. And they're down to their last out.
2 strikes. Many times hitters looking out over the plate. When you're looking out over the plate, you're also going to let the ball travel a little bit longer. And a fastball zipped on the inside corner just locks you up.
So it's their last chance in this one. Now here is Juan Soto. They're down to their final strike. In the air to left center. Hernandez in position. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers claim game 1 here at home.
It's pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
6-5 the final here today. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.